Normally, this time of the year at the animal shelter, it's quieter than usual, but not anymore.
Puppy and kitten season this year have been like crazy. But we're still getting pregnant animals in currently, and usually by the time the colder months come around, that slows down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be so far.
Minnie Owsley manages the Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter in Perry County. She says the shelter is dealing with an ongoing overpopulation issue.
You can't just keep piling them on top of each other. You have to make decisions. It's decisions that nobody wants to make, but ultimately we can only take in so many.
It's a problem that also adds stress to the rescue groups like Paws for the Cause in Lexington.
And right now, Kentucky's in the middle of a crisis, and so is a part of the United States when it comes to animals right now. We're seeing astronomical numbers that we've never seen before, and it's very sad, and it's kind of a losing battle right now.
Owsley says everyone can do their part to help, spaying and neutering your pets, and even taking time to volunteer at your local shelter.
We are always looking for fosters and volunteers. I know with some people they can't have pets, but if you can walk a dog or something, that helps out. It relieves stress on the animals that are in the shelter.
Whether it's time, money, or a loving home, these animals need each and every bit they can get. Alyssa Williams, WKYT.